Hello and welcome to Yoga by Campi. I'm Campi. Thank you for joining me as I travel around with my trusty mat. Today I'm in Cannakale in Turkey and we're going to be doing a quick wake-up yoga. So all you need is space for your mat, some comfortable clothes, and we can begin. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to start kneeling, but if it's more comfortable for your body right now to sit in a seated position with your legs crossed, like such, please do so. Just work with your body at the moment. This puts a bit of pressure on the knees, so whatever's working for you. So whichever position you're in, just gently close the eyelids. Just take the shoulders up and back, engage your shoulder blades. Check in with your posture. Your sit bones are grounding you into the mat or into your heels if you're in a kneeling position, and energy out the crown of the head, trying to place the head just on top of the shoulders, on the very top of the spine. And we're going to imagine the head is like a light balloon. We want to try and make it as light as possible by placing it on the top of the spine. Thinking of that light balloon, imagine your head is full of air. So trying to clear it from any sort of thinking at the moment. Just see how light you can make your mind. Just check in with your body. Notice anything you might be feeling, any pockets of tension. Just observe any niggles you might have at the moment and check in with your mind. How busy has it been already today? This is a nice moment to try and clear that, to just anchor yourself in the present moment, in the class, preparing yourself for the rest of the day. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Slowly open the eyes. I'm going to take the chin down to the chest and then lifting it up to look at the ceiling or the sky. Lengthening down the throat here. Try not to collapse in the back of the neck, so thinking length up the back of the neck. Then taking chin to chest again, length down that back of the neck again. Trying to keep the shoulders where they are, so we're supporting the rest of the spine. Moving through these two motions, these two movements. Lengthen the throat, and then back down, chin to chest. And looking up. And back to center. And we'll look over each shoulder. Again, trying to keep these shoulders stable, nice and square. And the other shoulder. Back to the first shoulder. The other side. And again. And the other side. Come back to center. We'll take some semicircles now. So looking to one shoulder, circling down in front of the body, to the other shoulder. And then to the other side. Slowly breathing in and out through the nose. Access your parasympathetic nervous system. Letting the body know everything's fine. And when you've done both sides evenly, come back to center. We'll take the shoulders, rolling them back. And forwards. Again, checking in with your posture. Making sure you're supporting that spinal structure, all the vertebrae and the discs, not collapsing or rounding in the lower back especially. And take both shoulders up. We'll take one forwards, one backwards, and see if we can do circles in opposition. So this is a bit of a challenge. This is asking both sides of the brain to communicate with each other. So the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body, the right side of the right side of the brain, the left side of the body, and the other direction. It's quite hard talking as well while you're doing this. So this is, our left and our right side of the brain do communicate when we walk because we do things in opposition. But when we consciously try and do something like this that we maybe haven't learned, the brain gets in the way and we get confused. Okay, just shake the shoulders out, reaching up. Sending the fingertips up, shoulders down. Take your right hand to the side or reach over to that right with the left arm, stretching down the side body. Then come up through center. Left hand down, reaching over with the right. Stretch the right side of the body. And we'll do that again each side. So right hand down, reach over with the left. Both up. Left hand down, reach over with the right, calming up. From here I'm just going to pivot to show you. Reaching behind yourself, interlock your fingers. You want to keep the palms together as much as possible. Then pushing the knuckles down towards the feet or the sacrum or the mat. If you want to go a bit further, so firstly just roll the shoulders back, open the chest slightly, slight back bend. If you want to go further, you can get the knuckles onto the mat and then lift that sternum, lift that chest slightly higher. Breathe in and out through your nose. Using your core to bring yourself up. Release the hands, send them out wide. Stay in this slight back bend, reaching up above yourself. And then we're going to reach towards the front of the mat. I'm just going to shuffle back slightly. We're going to go to a child pose now with the knees hip width apart, so not as wide as the mat. Hip width apart, reaching forwards to this child's pose. Let the forehead go down to the mat. Stretching out the back of the body, so aiming for the tailbone to connect or go towards the heels, reaching out through the fingers. See how much length you can get down that upper part of the body, down the back side of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, push yourself up, come to a tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, we're going to arch the spine to a cow. Exhale, round to cat. Suck that belly button up, round the back of the body. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale to cow. And exhale to round. Come back to tabletop position. Tuck your toes under at the back. Two options here. We're either going to go from an active child, so we'll take the hands slightly further forwards, active child's pose, to then coming forwards, taking the pelvis down as if we were going to go towards a cobra, but just this far is enough. So rocking between these two positions. If you want more of a challenge, we're going to float the knees off, send the hips back, keeping the knees off the whole time, to come forwards to this kind of like plank upward dog variation. So knees down if that's enough for you today. Lift the knees if you want more of a challenge. Rocking backwards, coming forwards. Two more times, backwards and forwards. Last time, backwards and forwards. Come backwards, lower the knees, so we all join in knees position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Toes are still tucked under. Lift the knees, send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Just walk through your dog. Do what feels nice here. Finding little pockets of tension in that hip area down the back of the legs. We'll come back to a stable dog. We're going to float the right leg up. We're going to bend the knee, come forwards into the hand, tucking underneath ourselves. Step the right hand in between, right foot in between the hands, lower the back knee. Lifting the chest through, so keeping the hands down. This low lunge position here. So in low lunge, we want to be pulling the right hip back, sending the left forward. So we really feel a stretch down this left hip flexor. Then we're going to have the hands, the fingers or the palms on the mat. We're going to drag them back, slide them back as we send the pelvis back as we straighten this front leg to a half split. Flex your right foot. Pull your right hip flexor back. See how deep you can make the stretch down that right hamstring. This is a nice juicy stretch, especially first thing in the morning. And walk the hands forward, come back onto the sole of the right foot. You're going to float the arms up in a low lunge now. You can untuck the back toes. Then we're going to send the elbows down to a cactus position. Just like a slight back bend here, lift the chest, lift the sternum. Bring the torso back up, bring the hands together. Namaste. Take your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Make this connection first. Lengthen the spine and then twist to look over the right. Trying to keep your palms, your thumbs as close to your sternum as possible. Twisting the upper part of the body, the thoracic spine up into the top of the shoulders and the neck. Release the elbow from the knee. Float the arms back up to this low lunge. Just take the hips slightly back. From here, we're going to pivot on the left leg, on the knee, so the foot goes straight behind. Then extend your right leg out to the side. From here, from this gate position, lift both arms up. Send your right hand down, slide it down the right leg. Feel this nice stretch down the left side of the body now. So reaching out through your left middle finger, trying to feel the stretch all the way down to this left pelvic area. Then bring both arms up. You're going to take the left down, ideally straight out where the knee is, but if you need to come in front of yourself, that's absolutely fine. Then take the arm up and over, bicep coming to ear. Nice long line from your right heel all the way up, out the right fingertips. Breathe into the stretch. Looking down to the back of the mat now. Place your right hand down, move the left hand so we've got the hands facing the back. From here, we're going to lift the pelvis up and round, push down into the right heels. So we can come up, lift this back knee. Actually take a slight step forwards with the right foot. And then we're going to send the left leg up and back to one-legged dog on the left-hand side. You're going to be facing the back of the mat, so just follow my instructions here. Bend the knee underneath yourself. Up and over, step in between the hands. Lower the right knee down to this low lunge. You can untuck the back toes, lift the chest through, keep the hands down. Pull your left hip flexor back, send your right forwards. Open that right hip now. Then fingers or palms down, drag them back towards the right knee. We can lengthen, straighten that left leg as we go to this half splits. So here, extending down the back of the left hamstring, flex your left foot, bring the toes towards the shin, folding the torso towards the thigh. Send the breath into the muscle, into the hamstring. That's where we want the oxygen, the blood to flow. Walk the hands forward, place the left sole down. From here back to low lunge, float the arms up. Then lower the elbows, cactus on, squeeze your shoulder blades together, tilt in the chest, slight back bend. Bring the chest back up, bring the palms together. Right elbow connects with outer left knee. Find the bind first, push against it to open up the chest. Enjoy this twist. So still pulling the left hip flexor back, sending the right forwards. So we're squaring the hips, trying to keep your thumbs as close to the center of the chest as possible. Looking as far over the left shoulder as you can. Make sure your breath is steady in and out through the nose. Release the bind, float the arms up. From here, send the pelvis back slightly, so we're coming over the knee. Pivot on this knee here, so we have the foot facing towards the right side of the mat. Send the left leg straight out, toes facing the left side of the mat. Both arms up. Slide your left down your left arm down left leg, reaching up and over with the right. Stretch out that side body. Both arms up. Look to the front of the mat, place the hand down, ideally in line with the knee, but if you need to come forwards, absolutely fine. Bringing the arm up and over, tuck your pelvis under. Reach out through the left fingertips, nice long line from the left middle finger to the left heel. Then look to the front of the mat, place your left hand down, move the right hand across. Pivot onto this left foot, just bring the foot in slightly, lift the right knee off the ground, send that leg up and back, one leg dog on the right, then lower the leg to down leg dog, walk through your dog. And as we walk through the dog, slowly stepping forward to the front of the mat, hip width apart, generous bend in the knees. Get your torso onto your thighs. Just bounce in the thighs, release any tension up that spine. Shake your shoulders out. Shake your head, no. Nod it yes. Shake it no. We'll end on a positive, nod it yes. Come back to stillness in this pose. Generous bend in the knees. We're going to tuck the pelvis under. We're going to slowly roll up through the spine, keeping the knees bent. When we get to a place where we start stacking the vertebra on, we're going to come up to a chair position. So lifting the chest up, sending that pelvis down. Almost there. elbows away from ears. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, extend the legs, lower the arms. Mountain pose. Inhale, raise the arms up. Look up to the sky or the ceiling. Exhale, bring your palms together, lower them to the chest space. Close the eyes down. Check in with your posture, with your body now. Check in with your mind. See where that was at. Hopefully you feel a bit more clarity in the mind. You can take forwards into your day. Thank you for joining me for this brief class. I look forward to seeing you again. But in the meantime, namaste.